Okay, sorry I got cut off in my last video. Didn't get a chance to properly say goodbye and all that good stuff. But here is the Samhain invocation or poem that I spoke about in the video. It says, forest mists, dark and deep, the door between the worlds. Release loved ones, family, favored pets to join me in this evening's best. Evening's best. The birth of new, the death of old, I will this cycle to unfold. Each leaf that drifts upon the ground will bury all that is unsound, and in its place will rise anew. The gift of love the whole year through. That's the first part of it. It's really neat. Here's the second. Here's another part of it. It actually has several parts to it. Let's see. Each leaf that drifts upon the ground will bury all that is unsound, and in its place will rise anew the gift of love the whole year through. Oops, I guess I got that part already. It's pretty late. It's about 2:30 here. It's the only time I really have a chance to actually do this kind of stuff because I'm pretty busy during the day. With harvest gold and autumn sun, I reap the best that I have done. That's the end of that part too. Basically, it has periods and points where you stop and you can actually consider what you've already spoken of. And this, as the days grow shorter still, with longer nights and winter's chill, I'll work to build a better place for every soul and the human race. Wild autumn winds and crone's dark voice speak to me of wisdom's choice. Let me hear your words of fate, so I know which path to take. Those of you who went before, speak to me from crossroads door. Whisper words of love and care, and let me know that you are there. That would be the end of that poem. And I used one on my last ritual, and hey, let me get into that. My little spooky shadows. And many of you, I've gotten many compliments on this, but basically this whole thing opens up into a big old oak tree. But I bought this in Grass Valley, California, so it'd be kind of hard. I bought it in a bookstore, so you might actually be able to find something very similar to it in a bookstore. But it's basically just a holder for an actual bound, plain, unlined, bound book. So I put the symbols on myself. I'll explain the symbols and stuff later. Don't have time. I don't want to take up the time to do that in this video. But my last ritual last high day that I did was on the last high day of, oops, too far. I don't look in the front of this thing too often. I believe it was, yeah, it was May 1st, Beltane. I actually used the Beltane one in here, which was really, really, really cool. Spoke with a maple and stuff like that. I wanted to erect a maple, but I didn't get the chance to. And there have been many, many, many different versions of the ritual. Actually, this one here is quite more elaborate than the one that I actually do. But I added the invocation from it because I enjoyed the poem. It's really long, though. It does add some time to the ritual. But basically adding the poem, for me anyway, it only added about maybe 15-20 minutes to an already 45 minutes to an hour ritual. So it's going to add some time to your ritual, but it really does enrich I definitely recommend you do that. In fact, after doing Beltane, I added all of the invocations for every high day that this book had in it. And it has one for every single high day, so I'll make future videos on the high days. I'll make those around the high days so you guys can use the invocations and basically have a pretty good understanding of what it is, what the holiday is. I've got about 4 minutes here, so I'm gonna let's see, make a few suggestions for you guys on October the 31st, and maybe a few fun facts here. The altar that I use is basically, well, I've had two different kinds of altars. I had one that was made out of a small table that had a shelf on the bottom of it, and I've made one from a actual TV tray, the ones you get at Walmart, the wooden ones. And I actually took a piece of marble that you make countertops and stuff for, and placed it on top of it. It's a little unstable, but if you don't get too big of an altar, mine's huge, so it was a little unstable. But it makes a great surface. It's real smooth, so you don't, if you set anything on there make sure that it's flat if you're going to use marble on it, because if you don't use a flat one, everything on that thing, on that altar, is going to slide right off, so you'll lose pretty much everything in there, which could be kind of dangerous if you have lit candles. Another thing you can do for this particular holiday is, there's already a holiday that honors your guardian spirits, but it's always a good idea to go ahead and include your guardian spirits on that, because your guardian spirits could also be your ancestors. So they've just chose to take a form that you can closely relate to, so you make a connection with them. So it's always a good idea to have. You want to know where I got my little bear? You know the special little like hobby shops and stuff, and mom and pop hobby shops that have the old HO scale train sets and stuff, where you can actually make this huge elaborate train setup. It's actually one of those plastic bears. Mine is a brown bear. That hence my full magical name, which I'm not gonna go into on a very public site. But I got it at that shop. I've got about 2 minutes left, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more suggestions. I got it at that shop, so there are lots of places where you guys can supply. And if you're having difficulty finding essential oils, if you go into the craft department at any Walmart, they have essential oils there, and they have burner diffusers and all kinds of stuff, and they even have little tea light candle thingies. Those are either, well, it depends on the Walmart you go to as far as where they keep the tea lights. They used to keep the tea lights with the oil diffusers, but they actually moved those into the candle aisle. And I get all my major candles. The only candle that I can't find is the big, long, black taper candles. The only ones I can find of those are the votive black candles, which I have bazillions of those, so I never have a need for black candles as far as votives. Oh, and if you'd like to help me out, make a suggestion on where I can find taper black candles, that'd be cool, because I've only got one site that I use. I Dry Green has them, but I usually run out of money before I get a chance to make an order for them. So if you can think of any other way I can get it like that locally where I'm at, which is just outside of Alexandria. If you know of anywhere in Alexandria that you can get votive black, or not votive, but taper black candles, let me know. This is Donnie Lester for Pagan Fellowship. For those of us that believe, have blessed be and have a joyous night. Those that don't, enjoy yourselves, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.